Hello everyone, this is Gauthier from Sky Protocol. Hi Sky community. So today I am blessed to have Iaroslav Kozhevnikov, one of our developers. Hi Iaroslav, how are you?
Hey, good year. Hey, Sky Protocol community. I'm good, and how are you?
I'm great as well. So this is going to be for all the people who want to understand how the code works. So if you guys want to look at our GitHub to understand the code because you're developers, that's the right place to go. But if you guys are non-technical people and you want to learn how the code works, then please look at this video. This is the first one of a series. And so this is starting today with Yaroslav's work. So, can you first of all explain to us what you're working on at Sky Protocol?
Yeah, okay. So mainly I was tasked to work on the backend of Sky Protocol. So that would be the node itself and all the libraries that need to go into that, like for that to function. For example, while Faray is writing his port of the like Merkle try that he's done in like so many languages. I've done the first version, like the simple version, just to go with milestones for the Cardano that we are using right now for the milestone 4, with plans to move to the Foray version in the future. Yeah, and the node itself.
From your perspective, can you explain to us how you understand Sky Protocol's functioning?
So Faray actually explains it really well, and the idea of Sky Protocol is that we want to like expand the throughput of the blockchain that we're working with. As I heard from Faray, we want to expand on more blockchains than just Cardano in the future, but for now it's only Cardano. The idea is that we don't want to store any, or not any, but all information on the blockchain itself, but we want to store it in some off-chain database, just like as Postgre or something else, anything relational or not relational, and then have a proof that we have the data on the blockchain, which will allow us to like speed up the operations because we don't need to commit like massive amounts of data to the blockchain.
All right, and so because we're storing huge amounts, I heard people saying, "Oh, isn't it overkill to use such a solution?" What's your take on that? Do you think that it could have been done with some other technical artifacts, for example, like do you think this is indeed overkill, or do you think that that there are strong arguments, strong cases for having a data availability engine on Cardano?
So my point of view will not be based on like point of view of Faray, for example, because as I understand, Faray is like more about making the world freer place and using blockchain technology to like to allow that. But yeah, from my perspective as a programmer and engineer, I'm just interested in the like cool stuff that can be done to ease the life of people around me. So yeah, from that point of view, it's not an overkill. It's just like another solution that you can use, and it's interesting solution. So why not?
Wonderful. And how do you think how easily would the process be implemented on an adapt built on Cardano? For example, let's say I build an Airbnb, a decentralized Airbnb on Cardano. How hard would it be, from your perspective, to implement, Sky Protocol's work and so that you reduce the transactions?
If I understand your question correctly, then the problem here lies not in the like the actual idea of what we are doing, so using local tries and like database off chain to store data, but all the other stuff that goes into it, like making it distributed, making it safe, making it like available to people. So that's the hard part here. And from the standpoint of the user, if we do like a good enough work, then it will be easy for them to use it and just make their own like application using our API. But yeah, all the hard stuff here is making it actually distributed and safe for users.
So basically, then for the person who wants to build something on Cardano using Sky Protocol is done in something like 9 or 10 clicks and just copy pasting an API key, just like on Google, for example.
Well, that's the idea, and that's like what we want to strive for, like in any organization, not just this organization. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Okay, so the ultimate goal is really to do that.
Yes.
Something's as no code as possible and no clicks, just copy paste an API key that is given to you by Sky Protocol and clean tutorials so that everything is easy then. Okay, and another question, and then we'll just look at your code and look at specifically what you are building. From your perspective, would it be relevant for Cardano to have this as a standard, or is it better to have this as a modular tool that Sky Protocol would be, Sky Protocol would be, and use the tool only when you need it for a specific use case, and have it work in synergy or in competition with many other scaling solutions?
So this is actually a very good question, which I have not thought about before.
I know, I like surprising you.
Yeah. Okay. So the first idea that comes to my mind is that no, it's not a good idea to have this as a part of Cardano, because it introduces complexity and more like stuff for the end users to worry about when they're doing these things. Specifically, not all users use, for example, smart contracts and such when using Cardano. They can just use it as a blockchain for storing money and etc. So yeah, but on the other hand, making it a part of Cardano will allow the core developers of Cardano to worry about all the stuff that the complexity and the safety, and the end users will be well, if they trust Cardano and Cardano developers, then they will trust the part of the Cardano that stores the data in the. So yeah, I'm not sure how to answer this question from the get-go, apart from what I
Well,
said.
honestly, you did well for me. You gave basically, if you allow me to rephrase, if I get you correctly, that's the thing is there's no good or bad answer, but there is one answer that fits one political and strategic choice more than another, and so depending on Cardano's strategy, they should choose one or of these options, of course.
Yeah, one thing I can add actually is that right now we're not the only data availability solution that exists. So right now, if I understand correctly, if I remember correctly, they are financing such startups as ours and others. So maybe they're just looking for the best thing, and maybe in the future when they're already sure that it's working well, and it have many users, they can implement it or integrate it into the blockchain. So yeah.
Of course, that's part of the game. If
Yeah.
if they follow that road, yes, of course. All right, now time for the show. Please share your screen. And so I'm going to act like a total moron here, or like a non-educated person regarding code, and I'm going to ask you many questions so that people from the Sky community who are very smart in terms of understanding how the blockchain can work and help the world, have more decentralization, more safety in transactions and human interactions in general with people you don't trust. They all know that, so they are super savvy in that use case. But maybe people told us, okay, but when you guys are saying, oh, we optimized the Merkle tries and things like that, what the hell does that mean? Let's do that. So I'm going to speak like a person who doesn't know what these things are, so that all the people who don't know what these things are, and at the end of the video, end up knowing what it is.
Okay. So yeah, do you see my screen? Do you see the code?
Yeah.
The editor right now. Okay, so there are two pieces of technology that I wrote. The first is simple miracle try just to go with the milestone, and I'm writing the node right now. We are still in the process of integrating it with all the contracts and stuff. So we can start with Merkle and see a bit of a node. Yeah.
One question. So first of all, what does Merkel mean? And I assume we're not talking about Angela Merkel, the German chancellor. So
Okay,
what is
so
that?
this is a cool question because I don't remember, but Merkle is actually an acronym, and you can decipher it, and we can try to search for it. Let me do that.
Actually, I have already here.
You do, yeah?
Yeah. So Merkle. Let's see the meaning. No, actually, it's just a hash tree in the blockchain. I didn't
Yeah,
see it.
but there is like Merkle Patricia try, and
Oh,
either Merkle or Patricia is an acronym for something. Uh, oh yeah, Patricia, practical algorithm to retrieve information coded in alphanumeric.
okay. So Merkle, Patricia is one of the algorithms here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And for the users,
For the users, yeah, the Merkle try is basically a tree that is efficiently packed and uses algorithms to algorithms specifically for this kind of tree to efficiently get and insert nodes into it.
okay. So basically, every leaf.
That's a try,
Yeah.
and the miracle part in this try is that we have the ability to hash this try to have like the root digest, which actually proves that this is the try that we are working with, like to disallow tampering with it in some ways and the others.
Okay. So basically, a Merkle trie is uh, a tree of possibilities where every leaf of the tree is a node on the blockchain, and so it allows verification of the contents of our data structure. It's basically here to make sure that the data is correct when people exchange with each other. Is that clear?
Yes, in our case, what we use it for. As you said, the leaves are the data that we want to make available for the blockchain, and yeah, the Merkle part that root digest allows us to allow the user to be sure that this part of the data that they want to use in the blockchain is stored in this try.
Okay, wonderful. And now, so how do we use that in Sky Protocol? And so, what do we see on the screen? Basically,
Yeah, let me
these
just
esoteric
open
lines.
the relevant file, which will be somewhere. Um, so yes, this is the proof stuff, and we also want the try itself. This is the functions to work with the try. It will be in internal here. Yes. So the try is the central piece, in the Sky protocol, because of the guarantees that it gives us in respect of to the data that we can store off chain, and also because of its abilities to efficiently insert and retrieve this data. We use the try on the backend in the nodes, and we use the small part of the ability of the tries to validate that the data is somewhere here on the contract stuff on the front end of the Sky protocol. So yeah, the try itself is just a tree. The mod tech savvy, as you said, users can see it from here, even though it's Haskell, even if they are not acquainted with Haskell, you can still see the general outline of a tree. It can be empty, it can be leaf, it can be branch.
Or just vulgarization for the people who are listening to us. So Haskell is the programming language that is very popular in Cardano. That's a functional language. So you use more mathematical functions than in many other languages. And for the people who don't know the difference between a trie and a tree, let's say that a trie is basically a class of tree. Like all the tries are trees, but not the opposite. And so a trie is a tree that is dedicated to sequences of number, basically strings of number, as we say in computer programming. All right, please keep going.
It is dedicated in a way that it makes it efficient to store sequences of data of strings or alphanumerics. I won't go into the detail how exactly it works. I believe you already had the interview with Foray.
Yes.
He explained, the tries in general, so I don't need to do that. But the proof and the validation. So it may look a bit intimidating because of the way I choose to go about implementing this, although it is not, at least if you know what you're doing. But yeah, so the interesting bit here is this, because this bit is re-implemented basically as is on the contract side. It's a validation part of the try, which allows us to like make sure that some bit of data is in the try. I believe I can find right now, if you want me to, the same piece of code on the front end side,
Oh, yes, please.
or maybe Manuel already showed you that.
Oh, I have Manuel's interview published after yours, so you're the first one.
Okay, so Skype protocol. No, let me go to the GitHub, please. Skype protocol.
So, dear community, please let us know if that's exactly what you're looking for. Of course, there will be a vulgarization video as well that explains everything with no code at all, just schemes, a little lovely Canva. But these parts are important for the people who are in between, people who are educated regarding code. They know what it is about. But they're not Haskell experts, or they don't want to read the whole documentation because they have only 24 hours in a day. So this is exactly what we're doing here, basically giving you a taste of what we're building. And so at the moment, Iaroslav is looking at our code repository. Yeah, tell me.
1 second. I'm not really good at manual code. So yeah, maybe he will show you this, because I will just look for this for inordinate amount of time that we don't have. Not here, or maybe here. Nope. Okay, give me the last chance. So in the tests, I believe in Skyspec. Okay, so here validate or something like that. Nope.
No big deal. No worries. This is just a funny anecdote. But since we have Manuel tomorrow, that's not a big deal. All right. So, is there anything else from your code that you want to share? I believe you're working on our node as well.
Yeah, we can take a quick look at the node. Okay, so let me go Sky node Haskell. So yeah, what is an interesting bits? I believe the interesting bits will be to show you the fact that we are using the effects for like partitioning our code in a way that makes it reusable. The interesting bits will be, well, I guess it's actually only that, because the node is pretty simple right now. So yeah, the only interesting bit will be that we are using the effect library to like partition the code in a way that will be reusable, as I already said. So basically what that allows us to do is that we have the effects or actions that we want to use in our programs be expressed as data. So as you can see here, the keyword data on the 21st line. And then, yeah, we describe our actions. For example, if we want to publish blog, we need to have the topic ID where we want to publish it, and we want to give it the blog data, so what we want to publish it, and then we will, in the end, have this pure effect which we defined here, which returns, in this case, let's say Boolean value that says if the publishing was successful or not successful.
Okay.
And
Here, allow me to ask. So, blog publication, what does it mean for non-technical people?
so basically, as we already discussed twice, and the central role in the backend, it basically means that you push the data onto the try. And that's all.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, and continuing with the effects, what that allows us to do. So we have the runner here, which you can think of as an interpreter. Whenever we will encounter such action as publish block in our code, we will also encounter the interpreter that interprets this action in some way, which is cool because if this is, let's say, the production code, like the production facing code, then we have the interpreter that like looks into the database or works with a try or works with some peer or something like that. But if it's test facing code, then it can be the mock interpreter that will store the data in memory in some hash map or something like that. So yeah, I think this is the most interesting piece here that can be talked about, the effects that we are using in the code.
Wonderful. All right. Great. And so now you can stop sharing your screen. That's all for now. So everyone, as I said, this is the type for videos for people who know a bit but who are not blockchain experts or not, or who want to understand it without having to dig into our code
Yeah, I
extensively.
hope we will have. Sorry for interrupting you. I hope we will have another interview when we make our node decentralized, because then the interesting pieces will not be the technologies or ideas used, but the actual code for the implementation of the
Ah,
decentralization.
the algorithm then.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And so one very important question now. What's the challenge? What are the challenges until we get our API and our testnet from your perspective?
The challenges. So the contract side, the front end side, which you will be talking with Manuel tomorrow, is basically done. The backend side, the node and the Merkle Patricia try that we are using right now, before we merge the Fare, is also almost done. The problem starts here because Fare wanted to merge his like implementation of a try a bit sooner. So we were focused on that, but then we understood that maybe it will be a good idea to just roll with a simple implementation for now to like get the API and the nodes to the users. So yeah, we returned to the simple try. There are some things that need to be fixed right now there, specifically the notion of a double proof, because we have like the try that is a central piece for the backend. We actually have the try in a try in a try in a try and etc. infinitely recursively. So yeah, we want to be able to make proofs that include other tries as the target values. And the last thing after that will be the whole integration test with a happy pass from the backend to the contract and back. And that's basically all for us to do for the milestone 4, as well as for the API. Yeah.
And for Sky Protocol's testnet?
For the
Because
Sky Protocol testnet, so there are some things that we need to address. First of all, what we will be doing with the Fare version of the try, how fast we want to merge it, and like how much of is it a priority, as well as addressing some what is called issues with the deployment, or no. I forgot. Oh, infrastructure. Sorry, I forgot the word. So right now we are using the Mesh.js, which is like a framework that allows to talk with the Cardano without like thinking about all the implementation details, about all the magic numbers that goes into that. But we may want to move onto something more Haskell-like. We were not like aware before that there are tools that like more on the Haskell side for these things, like frameworks that do the same just for the Haskell. So yeah, we will have the discussion about that right after we do the milestone 4 and move forward after that.
Okay. Thank you so much. Do you have anything else to add?
Uh, I don't believe so. Maybe you have any more like you want to ask?
No, that's fine by me as well. Thank
Okay.
you, Yaroslav. And so, dear Skype Protocol community, we're trying out this new format. So there will be these videos like this every now and then, and that's going to be part of our vulgarizations, so that you guys know how to how to interpret what we're publishing.
I believe they say bless you, yeah?
Yeah, we say bless you,
Bless you.
and in French we say to your wishes.
Do your wishes.
Yeah, and then to your love, and then here's to your
In
health.
Ukraine, we say you be healthy, please.
Yeah. Alrighty. So thank you everyone, and thank you Yaroslav. See you
Yep,
soon.
thank you, Gotya.
And
Gotya.
in the next month, we're looking forward to showing you a simple API that builders can use and that is easy to understand for non-builders, so that you can see how it works. And stay tuned for more. Cheers.